Hey,
Hey,
bloggers.
Blog World. Hey, Montero.
Hey, Montero.
Wait, who's Montero voting for?
We don't
We
know.
don't know.
Well,
after our blog,
he
Hillary.
lives in France, and who do all the expats love?
The Hills.
Hillary. All right, so what we're going to do for you, I'm going to read you, I wrote an editorial for class the other day, and I'm very excited to see your comments because I'm sure you're going to be critiquing my writing style and things. But because I feel like you don't ever have anything valid to say.
Blog World.
Blog World. Sorry, I mean...
Not all of you in
No,
the Blog World.
well, I'm only talking about the ones who are... These Obama supporters who treat us like we're 5 because we support Hillary. Do you know who's getting the youth vote? And most of our youth is... I mean, a lot of our youth is out of touch. Obama. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I say a lot of our youth is uninformed and out of touch.
And out of touch.
And not serious about following the issues.
Exactly.
Like looking deeper into the records.
By the way, we have a Chicagoan here.
Yes.
This is our resident Chicagoan.
Who is a youth?
Mary. And she's a youth voter for none other than...
Hillary!
Yeah, exactly.
Take that, Obama.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to read
Can't
you my...
even get your own states.
I'm going to read you my editorial now.
Because I comprise all of
You
Chicago.
do. You are Chicago.
I am.
That's why you
Chicago.
moved to New York. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Sexism in the media.
Among other things.
I think having the first woman president is a huge change. When
you
asked
should
about
open
her...
with a quote, Joel.
Uh,
That's standard writing the essay.
Mary, this quote works. Will you listen to the speech?
Okay, I will listen.
I think having the first woman president is a huge change. When asked about her ability to bring change to the country at the recent Democratic candidates debate in New Hampshire, Senator Hillary Clinton responded with this statement. Can anybody really disagree with this? Putting policy and politics aside, it is most certainly a fact. We have had 43 white men take the oath of office in this country in 232 years. Surely a female presence at the helm, if only as a symbol of feminism at its pinnacle, would be an extraordinary change. Why, then, is it that no one seems to be recognizing this? Why is it that the mainstream media, while still treating her as a woman, a second-class citizen, as it were, refuses to acknowledge that her very candidacy is a milestone for women's rights around the world? On January 8, 2008, history was made. With her win in New Hampshire, Hillary Clinton became the first woman to ever win a presidential primary. In Nevada, she did it again a little over a week later when she became the first woman to win a presidential caucus. Is this not news? Is this not historic? This being said, I have no interest or intention of denigrating Barack Obama's extremely inspirational, exciting, and historic bid for the presidency. He, too, is making history. The difference here, though, is that everyone is consciously aware of his struggle and his historical significance. After he won in Iowa, the first black man to do so, the national media all but coronated him. And what did we hear? We didn't hear about how Hillary Clinton would need to make a real stand in New Hampshire in order to gain momentum, and if we did hear this, it was preceded or followed by something like, it looks like this may be the end of the Clinton dynasty. The Clinton dynasty. I understand that there are many in this country who feel that a Bush-Clinton record is unhealthy for America. To them I say, I never really wanted the first or second Bush to get elected. Nevertheless, the connotation of this so-called Clinton dynasty is that Bill is Hillary's equal in this election. The connotation is that she cannot do this on her own. We have seen this idea bog down the election coverage throughout the campaign, but even more ferociously in the past few weeks. I was watching the coverage of the South Carolina primary the other day on CNN, and Bill Bennett, a Republican talking head and clearly an expert on these matters, suggested that Hillary was having her husband go out and fight her battles for her so that she could stay above the fray. Whatever one thinks of Hillary Clinton, is outrageous to suggest that she is unable or unwilling to fight her own battles. Perhaps the most startling example of blatant sexism in the media, though, came the other night when I was watching the Republican presidential debate from Florida on MSNBC. Tim Russert, host of the long-running Sunday morning talk show Meet the Press, asked Republican presidential hopeful and all-around white guy Governor Romney, as has become apparent over the last few weeks, if Hillary Clinton is the Democratic nominee, she'll be running as a team with her husband. Specifically, how would you run against Hillary and Bill Clinton in November? The question was followed by laughter from the crowd. How has it become apparent in any other way except that Bill Clinton, albeit a former president, is advocating for his wife as the best candidate for president? Perhaps it is true that President Clinton steps over the line sometimes, as with the now infamous Jesse Jackson-Barack Obama comparison. But how is it apparent that the Clintons are running as a team any more than Barack and Michelle Obama or John and Elizabeth Edwards. Michelle Obama has been a passionate and dedicated spokeswoman for Mr. Obama, as has one of the most admired women in America, Oprah Winfrey. Mrs. Edwards, too, like President Clinton, has made some headline-grabbing quips in the past, most notably that her husband would make a better advocate for women than would Hillary Clinton. The fact is, all three candidates have powerful surrogates, spouses or otherwise. So, should we print up new ballots that have three new choices? The Clintons, the Obamas, with special guest Oprah Winfrey, and the Edwardses? Too bad we can no longer vote for the Kuciniches. The simple fact is that sexism is cultivated by the media every day. We see it in movies, on TV, and magazines, and now most prominently perhaps on the news. Why is it that the media, as evidenced by the embrace of Barack Obama, seems to understand the damage that playing the race card does to the country, but cannot seem to figure out the repercussions of playing the gender card? And that is my editorial. What did you think of that, Kaylee? And Mary.
I love how you said Kaylee.
And Mary.
Yay!
Well, because I just don't, I don't feel like you're gonna make fun of my writing strategies or something.
No, it's fine. I mean, Christine gave you an A.
No, that was a different thing.
I know, but
Oh,
just
yeah.
as far as your writing.
Anyway, what did you think of the ideas? What do you think?
No, I agree with you. I do think sometimes, though, that on CNN I have heard them talk about the gender card. You know what I mean?
But not often. Not as often as the race card.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I haven't watched enough or, quantified it to the point.
Because I've watched it, like, nonstop since Iowa. Since I got home from France. And it's been absurd. And I'm really, really tired of it. I'm so tired of it.
But I think part of it, though, is that, part of it, obviously I support Hillary and I agree with what you're saying, but I think part of it is that Obama does pretty much say, I'm a black candidate, you know what I mean? And I feel like Hillary tries to do
No,
a
he
little bit more
doesn't.
of the...
He hides from it.
I don't think he hides from it.
Oh, I think he does.
I definitely don't think
because he's afraid that if he says he's going to reach out to African Americans in any way, people are going to label him as the Jesse Jackson or the Al Sharpton, and he doesn't want that fate. Which I understand politically, but when it comes down to it, like,
I remember
he should be embracing the African American community because he is.
Well, I remember one time though. As an example, like during some debate he was given when they were, and I disagree with his message on hope and optimism. I think those are empty terms. But he was talking and he made a comment like, hey, I'm a black man running for president of the United States. Like,
well, she said it in that debate. They just don't cover it.
But
she'll say it, but you know what it's going to look like if she acts like a woman. You know what I'm saying? If she like embraces her femininity, which she can't.
The thing that I hope we don't go on this blog or anywhere else is getting into this sort of debate between race and gender, because either one of these groups are marginalized.
Yes.
And I think that the problem is that the media is pitting them against each other.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is equal coverage for both. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about. I know. Clearly, both of them are equally difficult struggles. But you can't just realize that the race card is being played when sometimes also there's a gender card. Give it equal time is what I'm saying. We've got a black man and a woman running for president. It's historic. And I just feel like that people miss out on that, and they group Hillary in with this bill thing.
I think, though, that if they went too far with that, too, though, we would also be criticizing them and saying, let's not just, we're not just voting on these people because of their gender and their race. They have records, and, at the end of the day, they need to be able to be candidates regardless of whatever person. I agree with you. I think that it's a fine line we walk, and that part of the problem is, not to sound all against the straight white upper, middle class or whatever.
But someone needs to be against them.
Well, it's not necessarily their
as a white man, someone needs to be against them, because that class of people, there's a certain upper, this white men club, and it's not healthy, and someone needs to be against those people.
Well, I just think that I mean, part of the thing is that, I mean, obviously, like, in my feminism...
Oh, yeah, we should get going.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got to sign off because this won't all go on YouTube if we don't, okay?
Farewell.
Farewell, bloggers. Blog out.